Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Hypovolemia. And in today's episode, I would like to get into a couple things. I'd really like to get into Tinker's Tools a little bit, just basic stuff, as well as doing a couple upgrades to our blood magic system as well. I'd like to get into the Divination Sigil and maybe even a higher tier altar. I think those would all be very good things for us to do. But I think the first step is definitely going to be Tinker's Tools, because I'm rocking these stone tools right now, and they're not terrible, but they're not exactly amazing either. So I'd like to get into like some stone Tinker's Tools that I can just repair using cobblestone and all that kind of good stuff. So let's start out with that. I did do some work between episodes, just some of the grindy stuff, processing things, and I've got some stone cooking up here. I've got 17 blank slates. I have 8 blocks of redstone, and I think we're pretty much good to go for some of this stuff. So let's start out with the Tinker's Tools. As I said, first and foremost, let's go ahead and make a crafting bench. We're going to need some sticks, and we're going to need, okay, 1 second here. That is not exactly how I expected that to go. How do you make blank patterns? Okay. Can you not make blank patterns? Well. Maybe. Okay. Is there anything in the quest book about Tinker's Tools? All right. So maybe this is not a thing. Maybe. That's unfortunate. Okay. So I guess Tinker's Tools are not going to be a thing in this episode because I'm not sure how you make blank patterns, and that's very unfortunate. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and make ourselves the Divination Sigil, which is this guy right here, and it's basically a blood orb, a blank slate, and a bunch of glass. And we do have all of that stuff. There we go. I need one of those blank slates. And that guy goes there, that guy goes there, and like so. There we go. So we now have the Divination Sigil. And that will tell us how much blood is actually in our blood altar, which is pretty fantastic. Let's actually go ahead and fill this guy up. There we go, or at least somewhat, as much as we can. And then let's put our tank on top of it and change that. Oop, wrong button. There we go, and start pouring that into there, because we're going to need it for a bunch of stuff today. Another thing that would probably be very wise for us to do would be to get a better food source going, because right now, food is a concern. I mean, I've got wheat saplings and some of that kind of stuff, but that's basically it. So, let's go ahead and make some crop sticks, just a handful of them, and we'll see about breeding up some 10-10-10 wheat seeds. We do have AgriCraft. I believe I have the seed analyzer already, don't I? I think I do. Maybe not. Okay, I don't see a seed analyzer. Okay, we will have to make one. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and claim this quest right here. There we go. We'll claim that. That'll give us 2 blank slates. Definitely a good thing to have. And let's just put a bunch of this other junk away. Now, if I take this out of my inventory, will it still? No. So the Divination Sigil actually has to be in my inventory somewhere for me to be able to see how much is in there. Ooh, the weak blood orb didn't get used. That makes me wonder if we look at blood runes. I wonder if the blood orb will still get used. Maybe I'll get lucky and it won't. Oh, that's fantastic. The blood orb actually does not get you. I was hoping. Oh, that makes me very happy. Okay, so we now have 8 blood runes, and we can put those underneath our altar and upgrade our altar a little bit. I need a new pickaxe, it seems. There we go. All right, so let's just take this stuff out of here. Like so. There we go. And then we'll put our blood runes down like that. And this thing is now tier 2, which means there's more stuff that it could craft that it couldn't craft before. And that also opens up a new quest for us right here, which will give us a portable tank and a lore page. All right, so now that the lore page is done being read, let's get into something else. Now, the fact that I didn't have to use, the fact that the blood orb is not consumed means that we can get into a blood Dynamo. Here we go. And that's basically a blood altar surrounded by 8 blocks of redstone. Now, the altar, we remember, was pretty easy to make. It's just a skull and some bones. Oh, I'd be throwing things that I don't want to be throwing. There we go. So let's make a blood altar, and let's make one of those dynamos, because I have a feeling we're going to want that. There we go. Fantastic. And then we can go ahead and claim this quest as well over here. That'll give us a second blood dynamo and some universal cables for transporting power from mechanism. Then we need to get into some machines and things. So let's see. Now, basically, the blood dynamo is, if you're familiar with dynamos, they're essentially generators. They generate power. And the blood dynamo is a it's a generator that runs on blood, on life essence. So that'll work really well for us. I also would like to get into a bed. I just realized that it's getting night, and bed is something we can probably do. So basically, we need string. We don't have any wool or anything like that, but we've got 9 bits of string, and you can make more string using leaves. So we will need a grand total of, let's see, 4, 16, so I will need 7 more leaves. That's easy enough. We can do that. Let's go ahead and get that going. Shouldn't take too long here. And I'm not sure exactly how much LP is required to make leaves into string. Let's just see. 500. Okay, that's not terrible. We should be able to do that. So we put that guy here. And just give it a minute. And it should turn into string for us. And anytime now, you can do it. You can do it. Wow, that takes a little longer than it seemed. Is it... Wait a minute. Is it the right tier? Yeah, tier 1. Okay. We got it. It just takes a little longer than I thought it would. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make some more string here, guys. I'll come back to you in just a sec. Alright, guys, I am back, and I'm a noob. My seed analyzer I was talking about a minute before was sitting right here, and I didn't even see it, so I have it in my inventory now. I also went ahead and made an iron gear, which is pretty easy to make. It's stone, and then that makes the stone gear, and then you just surround it with iron ingots, and that will make the iron gear. So, not too bad. That will allow us to go ahead and claim another quest, which is this guy, and I think I'm going to go with the... I think I'm going to go with the regular apples, because I am really low on food right now, so that's probably a better option for us overall. And we now have all the string we need to make... Oh, and actually I have a little bit left over, but that's fine. It's always good to have a little bit more of what you need. We've got everything we need to go ahead and make a bed as well, so let's do that. There we go. We got ourselves a bed. Let's just put that here, and let's do a little bit of sleeping. And there we go. It should now be daylight. Yes, nice. Okay, so now that we have the ability to skip the night, I think we are definitely in a better position than we were when we started. So if we go through this progression, oh, I should also make one of these too. I'll get to that in a sec. If we go through this progression, we make the blood dynamo, we make the gear, and now we should work on this Induction Crucible furnace, which is essentially a thing that will allow us to melt stuff down and do all sorts of fun stuff like that. So let's take a look at the Induction Crucible furnace right here. And that requires some copper. That requires a refractory brick. How do I make that? Clay. Ooh, there's going to be some stuff involved with that. We're going to need some copper. We're going to need a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I've got copper, so we might be okay. Maybe we put that on hold for the minute. I think we should worry about the, what was it called? The Altar Diviner? Yeah. Let's go ahead and make that guy as well right here. And that's essentially a blood altar in the blood altar. So, we can do that. And we'll do that right there. Is there enough blood in here? Yes. Yes, there is. So we'll just put that guy in there, let it turn into an Altar Diviner, and we should be good to go there. Now, I've got my crop sticks. Do I have any more dirt? I think I do. Yeah, good. Can I make dirt using essence? Let's find out. Dirt. Yeah. one block for 8 essence. Ugh. Okay. It might be beneficial for us to focus on our crops a little bit so we can get food going at a better rate. And then, can you bone meal these? No, you can't. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll worry a little bit about growing seeds and getting those up to 10, 10, 10. I think that's probably a good plan. And then this guy, is it finished? It is. All right, so we got an Altar Diviner. I'm just going to put that right here. And I'm not really sure how this thing works. I've never used it before. Oh. Does it have to be in my inventory? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I will take the, I will definitely take the Notch Apple, though. Okay. Complex automation. Diviner's holding back the items when the altar has not enough blood to offer. There's a stack of something in it. It might stall since the altar will never have enough blood. That's why we need to regulate it. We need to fill the Diviner with a translocator. Interesting. So I think if I put this guy here and we take, let's just take some skulls as an example. Let's take maybe 5 of them. Oh. So it spits them out much faster. Okay. So let's just do like, let's see, how much LP do we have in here? 10, and dirt requires only 100. So yeah, we could really do like all of these. I don't think I want that much dirt, but I think 20 is pretty reasonable. So let's go ahead and make 20 dirt, and it should. I wonder if it'll do the whole stack at once, because that would be the most amazing thing ever. It's starting to shift. Does it do all of it at once? Let's find out. And actually, we can go ahead and get rid of this tank, because I'll have to refill it in a minute anyway. Things are happening. Things are happening. Please give me 20 dirt right here. That would be amazing. Yes? New? Perhaps? Maybe. I don't know. I need to make sure I catch it, though, right when it happens, because I don't want it to turn into anything beyond dirt. I don't want it to. I want the dirt. I don't want gravel or sand or any of the other stuff that it'll eventually turn into. I'll be back with you as soon as this is done, guys. All right, guys, I am back, and it just turned into dirt and gave me a whole bunch of dirt, which is pretty fantastic. Yeah, 24 dirt right there, and I already had 4, so it does actually do the whole stack at once, which is awesome. That's very, very useful. So I'm thinking at this point, we should probably set up a little area for a farm that's, a bit bigger than what we have. I also need to find out if... What's the best way to do this? We don't have extra utilities, I don't believe, so we don't have the watering can to speed up tick rates. Let's do a little bit of an experiment here. I'm just going to go over here. And we'll just... oh, actually, that's not going to work because there's no water source there. JK, there's water sources back here, though. And these should be within the appropriate area. So if I go 1, 2, 3, I need a hoe. I need a hoe. Do I have a hoe? I do. It has no durability, though. It's basically toast. Okay, let's make a new hoe. And I'll use up that other one, too. But we'll just go ahead and do that, and then I'll make a wooden hoe right here. And what I want to see is if we will gain statistics if stuff spreads without being paired next to something. That's my big question. Because if that's the case, then we might be... it's basically going to determine how we want to set this up. So let's go... I need some bone meal. And I know that those seeds are indeed 111 seeds, so if these spread and they're better than 111, that means that stuff will grow on its own. Let's just put this stuff, let's just put the seed analyzer there. Okay, we'll let that grow, and I'll give it a little bit of time. Okay, cool. So we got that going. Started, at least. Put this stuff over in here. There we go. Let me get organized. Let me get some stuff together, guys. I'll come back to you in just a second. All right. I am back, guys. I want to go ahead and make one quick thing, and that is this, the Iron Rake. And it's used for a couple different things, one of which is to remove stuff from inside crop sticks. So, like this right here, for example, you just right-click, and that will give you the seed. And then you can throw that seed in here, and it's still a 111. Okay. Now, that could potentially be a fluke. Maybe. I'll give it one more chance. Depending on how the file is configured for AgriCraft, stuff will either gain stats when it spreads, whether it has multiple parents next to it, or sometimes it requires only a single, like you can just grow them in a row. It all depends on how the config files are set up. So I'm just kind of experimenting a little bit there. I do need another axe, though. My axe is broken, which makes me a little sad. Let's just go and make some sticks. Beautiful. Okay. Cobble, I need you. Come back. Yes. So we'll do that. Okay. Now, the other thing as well is that this is not exactly an ideal location for us. I know that there are locations in the world where you can essentially find, like, blood oceans, which is pretty awesome. However, with that said, I don't think there's one nearby, and I don't know that we have enough inventory space to actually carry all of this stuff. So, let's take a look. Do we have any backpacks? Bag. Let's see. We've got seed bags, reward bags. Do we have packs of any kind? No. Do we have Jabba? No. We do have the cardboard box from Mechanism, which we could use to pick up chests and stuff, I believe. And we can make that using sawdust or paper. Sugarcane we can get by doing carrots and wheat. I don't think I have any carrots. We'll have to probably get one of those from a zombie. That's what I'm thinking. So, and basically the reason I bring this up, I mean, I suppose I could do it in multiple trips. I could just take multiple trips. But at the same time, if there's going to be a lot of moving involved, that's going to take a really long time to get set up in a new location. So, let me do some thinking here, guys. Let me look around a little bit, and I'll come back to you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. So my base is like right here, and I see what appears to be a pretty large lake over here. Now, depending on how deep this is, this might actually be fine for us. I want to find a lake where basically the whole thing is life essence, and it's relatively deep. And this looks to be the former. Like, it's pretty big, but it isn't very deep, so it's not going to be all that much. The reason that I want to find an ocean is because eventually we can get into pumps and stuff like that. We can just pump stuff out of the ocean, and if we can find an ocean, we'll essentially have life essence for days. So we'll be in good shape there, but there's definitely some exploring and stuff that needs to be done, and I think we should probably mark our base on our map before we go off exploring, looking for new areas. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen. Let's just go ahead and get some of that. I need more skulls. I'm actually kind of low on skeleton skulls right now. So we'll just use our axe on the way back and break up some of these. One really nice thing that I do like about this pack is the fact that bones are in such... there's so many. Like, you have bone meal for days, just forever. And it takes a lot of the grind out of the farming, like for trees and stuff like that, because you can just bone meal, like, and not have to worry about really conserving your bones and bone meal, because there's bones literally everywhere you look, which is really useful. But at the same time, it's kind of a desolate wasteland. This whole place is kind of a desolate wasteland. I'm not gonna lie. So we definitely have some work to do before we're into kind of a good place. My basic plan here is to find an ocean, a life essence ocean, or a life, whatever you want to call it, ocean, and set up there, and then basically settle down, and work on kind of rebuilding the world and all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Let's test our... Has this guy regrown? Yes, this thing has regrown. Okay. Other test, if this is a 1/1/1 seed, then I think that has determined... Yeah, that's 1/1/1. Okay. So in order for us to grow these seeds properly, we're going to need... Man, we're going to need so many crop sticks. This is going to be grindy. Let's grab... Here we go. Some planks. Let's make some of these guys, and let's make some of those guys. And I think what we'll do then is we'll plant on either side a seed like that. Bone meal that guy up. And then when this spreads, this should be better than 1/1/1. It should be slightly increased in its usefulness, which is a good thing. But yeah, I think that is pretty much all that I have time for in this episode, guys. I'm running a little short on time, so that's going to do it for me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.